Heyo friendos, welcome to Battlecrush. Yeah, this is relatively new Battle Royale that I found on the Switch, which I believe is also on Steam, and nowhere else. So, yeah. But yeah, I found it as, like, 4 days ago. Today, as I'm editing this, is July 9th, if that means anything to you. And, yeah, I'll just let you see all the gameplay I've recorded, and I'll give my thoughts on the game. Talk to you later.
Finally, time for a hunt. Let's go. Welcome to the tutorial. This area was designed to help new Calyxers. I'm Wallop Walter. I'm here to help you with the tutorial. I'll show you the basic controls so you can join the Battle Royale. Move to the area marked on the field. Whoa, great job! Let's try moving a little faster using your stamina.
I do find the voice of Walter just mildly annoying. I don't know why, it just bugs me a little, you know, like that.
Now let's move on to some basic combat controls. Attack me using a light attack combo. Woohoo! Great job! Use your heavy attack to attack me. Yeah! Whoa! Great job! You sent me flying! Let me introduce you to your ultimate, the strongest throwback attack. Use your ultimate to attack me. Front runner ray! Alright, you did great! You sent me flying and KO'd me! That covers the basic controls. It's been great having you.
Going to interject here just to show you the ensemble of characters they have for the game before the match actually starts that I pre-recorded. So yeah, let's get into this, shall we? First up we have Ares, the unstoppable blade, the immortal god of war. And of course, you know, being the Greek god. It's also strange because in most media, or as in books or like video games and such, he's depicted as like such a large, bulky guy, but in here has such a small frame, and honestly, I find that a little interesting. I like the way that they depicted him. It's much more different than what we're all used to seeing and hearing and all that. So yeah, all in all, I like it. It's cool, and Alright, we have the Night Sky Cleaving Crescent Warrior, Diana, or if you're formerly known with the Greek name, Artemis. And, yeah, honestly, I do enjoy the elf, nature-y vibe they decided to give her. I believe most representation in media for Artemis is just a normal-looking gal with just a bow and wearing your basic clothing, which, you know, however you wish to represent your character is cool, but I do like the vibe that they gave the goddess of the hunt. It kind of fits, that she just blends in with nature. And here we have Freya. May the light guide us all. I believe, from what I remember, Freya is the Norse goddess of marriage. I don't know a whole lot about Norse lore, but I do know at least that. It appears in this game, though, they depict her as a support class, perhaps. So do with what you will of that. Check it out. Up next we have Hades, the more lonely, the more peaceful, which is a really sad way to depict the god of the underworld, in my opinion. But all in all, I think the design is relatively, very different from how he's depicted in media, because normally just depicted as this guy in a suit, or just a skeleton man, or in Disney he was a blue guy with hair on fire. But here he's just this strange, skeletal fire, heavy armored king, from the looks of it, which is very interesting. And yeah, I don't like the fact it's like the more lonely, the more peaceful. It just sounds kind of sad. Up next, we have media's favorite Greek beefcake, courage and resolve incarnate, Hercules. Or, I believe, as in Rome, they would call him Heracles. As you can see, they gave him a Nemean lion-esque helmet, a really buff, just depiction, which, it makes sense. That's how they normally depict him, unless you watch the show from way back in the day where Kevin Sorbo played him, and he just looked like a guy, which, is also perfectly fine. But as you can see, he has a good chunk of defense, which I'm pretty sure his weapon is his fists in this game, which would make, honestly, a lot of sense. But yeah. Hercules. Up next we have Hermes, the Greek god of trade, wealth, luck, fertility, animal husbandry, sleep, language, thieves, and travel. Which, more often than not, in every picture I've seen, not including the statues, he's depicted as a very white man. So it's nice to actually see, him not be white. But yeah, all in all, I think the design is it's very simple, which kind of fits, because when you're traveling and moving very fast, as he's depicted to be very speedy, you'd get very warm. So it's nice to see him actually have clothes that make sense. And they actually kept his staff, which is also primarily used as a symbol of hospitals, from what I remember. So yeah, here we have Hermes. And stepping away from deities, we have King Arthur, the mythological historical figure that pulled the sword from the stone, depicted as a very large white boy in armor. So yeah, I mean, we all know the story of Arthur and all that jazz. But he has a lot of defense and not a lot of attack, which makes sense, because that is a big-ass fucking sword. And, yeah, brothers charge toward victory! Brah! And to accompany King Arthur, we have Lancelot, which looks like a stuffy aristocrat pretty boy. A knight should never set down their blade. He looks like a relatively balanced character, all in all. And, yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about these two. So, sorry about that. And up next we have Lops, who can apparently do anything. This adorable cyclopean child, who apparently really likes frogs, looks like he's also ready to eat a cheeseburger and beat somebody's face in. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy Lops. Look at him, he's cute. Yeah. Up next we have everyone's snake-haired femme fatale whose gaze will turn you to stone, Medusa, who, honestly, other than having a bunch of snakes in her hair, only has two really big ones, but her hair's still snaky and all that jazz. Honestly, I'd say the design fits, and yeah, good job, team, for making some interesting designs out of these characters. And up next we have Nyx, a queen shrouded in mystery and darkness, which this Nyx in the game might be also based off the primordial Greek goddess of night, which is stated to be so ancient and powerful even Zeus was afraid to cross her, which I think is interesting. Up next we have Poseidon, hero of the seas, out to win, which they also look like a very androgynous child. But I do like the fact that they're dual-wielding tiny tridents with water spitting on them, so I think they'd be acting more like clubs rather than a stabbing type weapon. But yeah, it's a very interesting design and all, considering most media depict Poseidon as something vastly different than, this. So yeah. Here we have Urus, I shall destroy all, which in American English, Urus translates to an extinct, shaggy, longhorned wild ox. So yeah, that pretty much checks out. But also, Urus is the god beast known as the sleeping grizzly bear. Not very grizzly bearish, but fair enough. In the age of myth, he was against the chaos and wickedness that existed in the world. As a god, he had the role of sealing and purifying these evils. So yeah, I think that's rather interesting. And that's really all I have on this fella. Coming in way out of left field, quite literally, we have Dandy and Sari, baseball playing dinosaurs. I have no idea why. They just kind of literally just thrown in there, given the fact that we had like some sort of like mythological theme going on, and just out of nowhere, you guys like baseball? It just threw me for a loop, and I hope it did to you too, because I was confused. And yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this little explanation of the characters. Sorry it took me ages, essentially, to go through them, but I hope it suited your needs, I suppose. So yeah, onto the gameplay.
Defeat doesn't suit me.
Hi, I'm the Dino's mascot, Dino. Leave it to Lobs. Woo-hoo! Speedy here, zipping through.
Change your starting point. Battlecrush!
Hey!
Sealed item appeared. A team member died. Safe areas have been reduced.
Lower your guard. Take this back! Here's a whale! Heads up! Bone crush! Bang!
Safe areas have been reduced. A golden chest will appear soon.
Battlecrush just getting stronger!
Safe areas have been reduced. A golden chest has appeared.
Don't waste my
Battle over.
My arrow never goes astray.
Hi, I'm Dino's mascot, Dundee.
I want to fight! Typically kill anything which annoys.
Sealed item appeared. Designating safe areas.
Move out!
A team member died. Died.
The top-down aspect for Battle Royale I don't think personally works for me. It might work for others. I don't know. But honestly, out of the couple games I played, it was fun. The controls were a little wonky for me because I'm used to like a whole controller, but playing it on a Switch Lite is not as easy, quite frankly. But all in all, it is a pretty fun game. I would give it like a solid 8 out of 10. Mainly because, well, one, I did have fun. The characters each have their own stats and abilities. I enjoy the design of it. The map is pretty good. The way it shrinks down is, relatively standard. And being able to be knocked off the map fucking annoys me, but it makes sense because I'm pretty sure the map's in the sky. Or a really tall mountain. But regardless, honestly, yeah, it's a really fun game. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10. And I'd say play it for yourself. Sorry for the long-winded character explanations, but I thought it was perhaps necessary so you don't just see Greek gods and fucking dinosaurs playing baseball. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please consider the button things and do stuff, and I will see you all next time. Baby Burrs. Love.